Right, so we're diving deep today, folks. You sent over some uh, pretty thought-provoking stuff on this whole Manchester United situation, and, well, the potential for Ruben Amorim to come in, and I gotta say, it's got my mind buzzing.
Hmm.
Will he actually be the guy to, unlock this squad's potential?
Yeah, it's definitely a move that's causing a stir for sure. And I guess to really understand what Amarim coming in could mean, we have to look at where things stand with Ten Hag right now, right?
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And, let's be honest, it's been a bit of a roller coaster with Ten Hag, right? Inconsistency, I think, is the word that comes to mind.
Yeah, spot on. You don't see that same dynamism,
Yeah.
that tactical kind of fluidity that you expect from a club like United.
Yeah, and when you say dynamism, what specifically are we talking about here? What's not really clicking?
Well, one of the biggest thing it's the defense, right? Especially when they're up against the big teams, the
Yeah.
top tier
All
guys.
right.
Ten Hag's system, it just hasn't been able to give them that solidity at the back, that they need.
Mm.
And that's where Amarim's style, the way he sets up his teams, it gets really interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Your notes mentioned that back three.
Yeah.
That's kind of his signature, right?
Right. Exactly.
So how would that even work though at United? I mean, what are the actual benefits we could see?
Well, I mean, look at his time at Sporting, right? He used that back three, and they completely shut down some really high scoring attacks. I mean, Porto, for example, they had the fewest goals conceded in the entire league, and that's something United could really use right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, fewer goals conceded equals hopefully more points.
Exactly, and it's not just about sitting back and defending either. That back three could actually free up someone like Luke Shaw to get further forward, really utilize his attacking
Oh,
abilities.
interesting.
Yeah, he'd have that cover from the central defenders so he could push higher up the pitch and really cause some problems, especially against teams that, you know, like to exploit the wings, think Liverpool, for example.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, yeah. And speaking of players, you had mentioned in your notes that there are a few guys, some emerging talents maybe that could really benefit from Amram's style. Who are you thinking of there?
Well, someone like Jadon Sancho comes to mind.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's had a bit of a tough time under Ten Hag.
He has. And, a change in system, especially one that's built on these quick transitions, going from defense to attack in the blink of an eye, that could be huge for a player like Sancho. I mean, that's what Amorim Sporting was so good at, right?
Yeah.
And Sancho with his pace and his dribbling skills, he could be absolutely lethal in that kind of setup.
It's like a whole different way of playing, right? Like a complete
Yeah.
shift. Yeah, yeah. So, I mean, it's exciting to think about those individual players, maybe seeing Sancho come alive again, but, Amorim's also got to deliver results, right?
Yeah.
Fast. I mean, it's Manchester United. The fans are, uh, well, they're demanding.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you're walking into a club with, a history of success, a trophy cabinet that's bursting at the seams, and the fans, they expect that.
They expect to win.
Yeah, to win.
Yeah.
So Amorim, he's going to have to walk this tightrope, finding that balance between putting his own stamp on things, his long-term vision, but also delivering those immediate wins that the fans crave. It's a tough ask for any manager, especially at a club like United.
Yeah, it's like you gotta keep everyone happy, the fans, the owners.
Exactly.
It's a high pressure situation.
Mhm.
And you keep mentioning Amorim's long-term vision. What could that look like? Like how would he shape the club's identity moving forward?
Well, let's look back at Sporting again, right? Amorim built that team around young Portuguese talent.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, he really nurtured players from their academy, and made some smart acquisitions from the Primeira Liga. So, could that be a blueprint for United? Could we see a focus on developing their own youth system and, maybe targeting players from Portugal?
It's a completely different approach, really.
It is, and that combined with his tactical preferences, it could be a massive shift in the club's, their whole recruitment strategy, their philosophy, everything.
So it sounds like we're potentially at a turning point, right,
Right.
for Manchester United. I mean, new manager, potentially shift in tactics, and this ripple effect that could impact, well, everything,
Yeah.
from the players to the clubs, whole vision for the future.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to put it. It's a scenario with so much potential, so many possibilities.
Absolutely, yeah, and then of course a lot of challenges as well, like you said, so lots to think about. And for you listening out there, here's a thought to chew on. Imagine, you're in Amorim's shoes, right? What would be your first move, your first strategic move to try and revitalize Manchester United? It's
Yeah,
something to ponder for sure.
definitely is.
All right, well, that's about all the time we have.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's been fun.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. Until next time.
See ya. Bye.
Being back with a